So, you guys, the future of AI isn't coming. It's already here and it's changing faster than most people can keep up. We are living through the biggest technological shift since the internet, and most people don't even realize what's happening. The biggest mistake people are making with AI isn't using it or not using it, it's using it the wrong way. So, welcome to an episode I'm calling Real Brave Healer Talk About AI. I want you guys to know what authentic, heart centered business owners need to know to help them keep up with the transformation and thrive. I'm Laura DeFranco, the CEO of Brave Healer Productions Publishing. And today I asked my baby boy, Jonathan Probert, the founder of Systems Success Pro, to sit down with me and help me answer some of the questions to help my community keep up with this and really get excited about it. Hey, bud, thanks for coming on.
Hello, thanks for having me.
You guys, I'm so proud of Jonathan and what he's built with System Success Pro. He has been helping me. I could talk all day about the ways that he's been helping me systemize, automate the business because you do this thing and it's just you and you're in your business and you realize you got no time left on your calendar and you start to burn out, really, is what happened to me. But thanks to Jonathan, SOPs got in place, organizational systems, automations happened. And now the AI operating system, I'm just like, anytime one of my friends talks to me, Bud, like they think I'm crazy because I'm so excited about this. Can you tell me first what you're most excited about with this AI OS?
I think it's not what it does more than what it can do or can allow you to do. In previously, when you're trying to systemize your business without AI in general, the goal was to be able to work on the business as the CEO rather than an employee of the business, which is the case for a lot of small business owners where they're the CEO, but they're also still the one doing the majority of the work. And so with AIOS, it allows you to hand a lot of that work to AI. Essentially, you can hire for a job without hiring the person behind it. So whether you can't afford a job, can't find the right person for one, or just can't keep the seat filled, you can instead go to AI and be like, hey, I need you to take over this job for me. And you set it up correctly and you actually get that time back because AI just handles it exactly the way you want, when you want it, or even just for you on a schedule.
And also, not to mention, maybe I haven't reached an income level in my business that I can afford an operations director, or you're helping me, this small business owner, maybe a solopreneur, actually grow to the next level without having to drain the bank account.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
the price and the capability of AI right now is allowing a lot of business owners to do exactly that. It's the hire somebody without hiring somebody, or it's if you already have a team, enable them to get more done for the business in less of the time when they leverage AI too.
And that
Um,
is exactly what I want to talk about. So I'm going to pause you right there because a lot of people are afraid of their favorite people losing their job or people losing jobs over this. And so, first, I'm going to say, you guys, this allowed me to organize my tasks to make sure that AI might be taking over stuff that was tedious, cross the T's, dot the I's, get this stuff done, where then I could task a virtual assistant or another member of my team with a bit more business development, sales oriented, human kinds of tasks where I really needed a person to be the front facing person. So I don't think this is going to take jobs away. I really think it's going to make us extremely efficient and make those little tweaks we need to make to actually have some success. What do you want to say about that piece?
I think the one thing to say there with losing jobs is that you won't lose your AI won't replace you, but the person who knows how to use AI will. I believe that. And in terms of how to combat that, it's just you learn how to use AI in your own work. And then since you know how to use AI, you're not going to lose to the person who knows how to use AI because you know it now.
That actually, I think that, okay, so he just talked about something that was one of the motivations for me bringing him on and talking to you guys today. And that was like, come on, y'all, you got to keep up. Don't give up on this. I know it's a big, bad, ugly world of AI stuff out there, but especially my Brave Healer friends, you guys are running important, world changing businesses. You guys are out there changing the world. You cannot fall behind no matter how you're feeling about AI. Take a breath, y'all. Take a breath. This is exciting stuff. And I want to give you some practical examples from my work that can help you understand. But yeah, so was there anything else? I interrupted you on that last one? Anything else you want to say?
I think you were probably going to go into it, but I'll start it here. It's the idea that you can't learn this. You definitely can. You're not an old dog. You can learn new tricks. And this AI isn't that complicated, at least at the level of being able to use it for whatever your job or your business. It's fairly simple to learn. There are some pieces that create some a little bit of a learning curve, but not too many to really get it going. There are a few complicated coder language things. I'll say them here. There's things like APIs, MCPs, and CLIs. But
Don't freak out, you guys. Don't freak out.
yeah, because you can essentially turn all of those three words into how does AI connect to your tools? And those are the three main methods right now. And so if you just think about it as a connection, those are the main thing. One connection to your Google will allow AI to look at your email, look at your calendar, your Google Drive, edit sheets and docs. And so if you learn how to set up that connection through an API or a CLI, or just in our case, just set up the connection, right? You can set up a connection to pretty much any tool out there because the AI's taken over in the larger tool space, like the Googles and your CRMs, your schedulers. And so once you set up that connection, AI has access to that tool. And so in terms of getting even more broad work done, like in your Google or in your CRM or wherever, learning how to set up that connection is all you really need to know. Because aside from that, all you need to tell AI is, hey, can you start a draft in my email talking to the lead that I just talked to in this calendar meeting? And it will go and do that. It's all plain English. You're not saying anything fancy. You're just saying what you want. And AI just goes and does it. It's the connection
Okay.
that
Okay.
allows it to
Okay.
do that.
Pause. So I'm going to back up a couple of steps, and we're going to talk to you guys now. Some of you don't know, but there's ChatGPT. I know you guys are on it. I know you're dabbling. I know you're using it for your copywriting and the different things you're doing for your sales pages, and it's pretty brilliant for that, right? ChatGPT. There's Claude. I know some of you guys have been on Claude for the same reason, and you're using these basic AI tools, but we're not talking about either of those. And so when you say, I'm talking to my I want you to give them the most basic idea of what the difference is with what we are talking about today.
Okay. I'm going to unsay what you just said because there is a clarification there
All right, go for
to
it.
make it come home. But I heard on where I think it was TikTok somebody explaining it in a minute, and I like this explanation. Claude and ChatGPT use what is called an LLM or a large language model. That's just the AI model that they're using. You've probably heard of ChatGPT 5.6 or Claude Sonnet, Claude Fable. Fable 5 just came out. Pretty good model. Opus 5 just came out. These are all different strengths of AI models. They're all the cheaper ones are faster at doing things, the more expensive ones have better reasoning and are more capable of creating more complicated output. With Claude and ChatGPT, the regular chats, all they do is read your input and give you output. This is standard across all of them. You say something to them, they come back and give you something in response. Fairly simple. What we're talking about with our AIs going and doing stuff for us is called an AI agent, and this is the main difference here. The agent is those same models, the Fable 5, the Opus 5, all of those, but they have a harness around them that actually allows them to go perform different tasks. They have access to whatever computer they're working on, so they have access to your files, your folders, and they have access to create and read and edit whatever. And so because of that, you can connect them you can go tell them to read a .doc file, see what's on there, find a specific line and edit it. So the harness of an AI agent just allows it to touch your computer and perform specific actions.
Okay, can I pause you there for a sec?
Yeah.
So what I want you guys to realize is that it has real capabilities and integration. And so let's say you're a small business like mine and you use things like your Google Drive and you use Zoom and you use Acuity or Calendly. Maybe you have a CRM. Mine's called Entreport. People use Go High Level. Oh my God, there's a million of them, right? There's Constant Contact for your email. There's your email systems that you guys have. There's all these applications that we're using to run our business and communicate and do all the things that we do. And one of the most exciting things to me in the beginning of setting up my AI operating system was that the setup included teaching or training my AI. And of course, you guys have been doing that with your chat GPTs and your Claudes, and this is another place I want Jonathan to tell you the difference, because when I did these interviews to get my AIOS set up, it was like finally having somebody who knew everything and that I could ask to get things, do things in combination with all the integration. It's beyond what you guys are doing, training your chats. And Jonathan, tell me more about that. Why is that different? How you've been talking about the integrations with all of our other tools, but that training component seemed profound to me. It seemed well beyond what these other things are doing.
I wouldn't say it's well beyond. I think it's essentially the same thing as if you go to ChatGPT and Claude, they have projects, or you can even go to custom GPTs. And the idea of the projects and the custom GPTs is you can upload a whole bunch of custom information and instructions for them to act in a specific way. And so that will result in a lot more streamlined and specific output. Say you have a project in ChatGPT for LinkedIn writing, and the instructions say, make sure it's under 400 words, make sure the spacing is correct, make sure it's got a good hook. You put that in a project, you give it examples of what's good, and you give it instructions. And every time you use that project, all you really have to say is, here is what I blurbed about a new topic, go turn it into a LinkedIn post. That's all you have to say because the instructions are there. That, for the AI operating system, is just the baseline. That is where we start, because that is the bottom layer of all of the layers of an AIOS, which I can go into. But that is where we start because that's where we build from. Everything else builds from that because we want the specific outputs catered towards our business, and all of our automations, all of our existing data, all of basically everything in the AI operating system uses our business context so that it can produce results that are for the business in a positive positive manner to keep the business growing.
Okay, so building on top of that, in terms of it being able to do tasks for me in the business, seems like the bigger power I have, because now instead of going into my project management tools where my team is and asking my team to do a task, which is really, again, you guys, the tedious sort of check mark tasks, tracker tasks, cross your T's, dot your I's, got to go through a list, got to manage projects, right? So in our publishing world, especially with our collaborative books where we're dealing with 25 different people, 25 different chapters, all of the things, anything that you guys do that's a project management task, multiple tasks, this is where I am seeing the light, honestly. What do you want to say about that?
In terms of getting tasks done or project management?
Oh, I guess just how we're building on top of that baseline you just talked about.
Sure. The AOS has 5 layers, and I'll go over all of them briefly because I can talk about each one of them semi-extensively. Base layer is the context that we just went over. Everything builds on the interview that you do with it in the first place. So it knows your business, it knows your strategy, it knows you. All those different items create a base layer of the AI being able to reference you and your business to benefit you. From there, layer number 2 is the data layer. And so this is AI collecting all of your business analytics, KPIs, and communications. So an example of this in terms of analytics, say you do a YouTube channel, you can have AI gather all of the relevant data points from your YouTube channel. So views, click-through rate, likes, all of that, so you know how well your YouTube channel is doing. You can apply that to revenue, you can apply that to email clicks, you can apply that to pretty much anything to know how well that specific part of your business is doing. On top of that, it tracks your business communications. So you hook it up to a Fathom recorder, you hook it up to your email, and you hook it up to your Slack channel. And every day it can see what happened and what meetings you had and what's going on in the business. That's the data layer. Layer number 3 is intelligence. And so this is just combining layers 1 and 2 to be able to accurately answer stuff about your business and how well it's doing in certain aspects. And we hook it up to a Telegram bot, so it's mobile. So on the go, on your phone, you can be asking how the business is doing, what's going on, and also start different automations, which is layer 4. Layer 4 is automate. This is where you use the first 3 layers to figure out which things to automate first. That's the task audit, which on my website right now, I have a little mini task audit quiz that you can take to see your most relevant opportunities and a more in-depth prompt to take to Claude to get an even more in-depth results. But automate is just automating your tasks away, all of the ones that are easy, standardized results, easy to reproduce with AI. So it's all just super busy work that no human really should be doing because the answer is always going to be the same every time. Layer 5 isn't really a layer that we build into the AIOS. It is called the build layer. And the build layer is the result of the previous 4 layers. It's the time back you get from AIOS. It's the cliche line of working on the business rather than in it. But the 4 previous layers work together to automate more and more of your day-to-day work down to get around 60 to 70% of your day-to-day automated, being able to go and focus on networking, business development, and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, love it. Love the breakdown of the 5 different things. I wanted to interrupt you at stage 2 because I wanted to talk about the marketing thing, but you mentioned LinkedIn, and you guys can think about any platform that you are creating content, creating and sharing content. And Jonathan talked about keeping track of views and how it's doing and if am I wasting my time here or not. It can help you understand across your content platforms what is happening and where to spend your time. That's a very small thing, but
Yep.
I would love to get into some practical examples now because this is still a lot of tech talk, and I know some people's eyes might already be glazing over a little bit, so hang in there, you guys. I want to go practical now because in my business, which is a lot of project management, there have been so many different things that have helped me get my hours back. And I have had such a great week with this. So I'm smiling finally on a Friday because I actually got to get back and talk to people this week. I was so in the business with the tasks and the project management pieces that I had to go backwards in my networking and business development and relationship building, which is what this is all about. So I'm happy this week because right this moment, I can't even count the number of people I got to talk to this week, which was great. It was right back up to where it needs to be. Because if you're the face of the business, you need to be out talking to people, coaching, teaching, doing your thing, getting your thing out there. So let's say YouTube is one of the ways you get your thing out there, right? You've got a great educational channel, maybe you've got great interviews going, whatever. So I can also have AI do some of the things that I was doing manually before. That's an easy thing to talk about, but I have also created things like an Amazon monitor. So for those of you publishers, heads up, pay attention because if you spend all day on Amazon refreshing the page to see if your book has hit a bestseller category and you feel like you can't do anything else that day, you have to sit by and pay attention to that all day long. I was able to build an Amazon monitor with my AIOS system that notifies me when we hit a bestseller. That was one of the little things, Jonathan, that changed my book publishing world because just of all the things I've said already. But what are some of the other practical examples we should be talking about? I want to give them an idea.
I think there's three levels to practical examples. We're going to start with the most complicated one, and that's creating some sort of app for your business. I have three main examples that I've created for myself. Firstly, the one that I use probably the most is Whisperflow, a clone of Whisperflow. You've probably heard these popping up here and there, but voice transcription to text. So essentially just holding a couple buttons down, talking into your microphone, and then being able to type in any text box. For using when I'm like making stuff with AI, I can literally talk back and forth with AI to get some of my work done. But I didn't want to pay the $20 a month for the actual app. So I told Claude Code to go make a clone of it. I also have made an editor that cuts out a whole bunch of mistakes, and I can look through the video to confirm that all the cuts are there and add any more that I might need or remove some. And the third one was just a quick dashboard as a demo to just understand what I could put up on the internet for my clients to have a dashboard to use my AI services from. In terms of what you could build, my mom, for example, could turn that Amazon monitor into a little web desktop app if she wanted to. You can create a little business to-do list if you wanted to, but in general, just a business specific app that helps you get stuff done is our first example. And it's the hardest one to do, but all the examples that I just gave took me a couple hours to make. And all I said was, I want it like this. I don't want this. Nothing technical. The second example is a business specific automation. So for my mom's publishing, that would be her Amazon monitor. She needed an automation to go to Amazon once an hour, check the rank, and email if it was above 100 or number one. This is all the automations that are specific to the type of business you are. So this wouldn't apply to somebody who is a marketer or a salesperson or whatever because it's specific to their business. And so this will be an automation that you customize how you like it and how specifically your business runs. The easiest one, the third example, is in every business automation. I talked about accessing my Google Suite through Claude Code. I have a skill to do so, but every business can use this as well. Every business who uses Google can set this up and be able to say, hey, check my email or check my Gmail for important emails. So email triage, looking at the calendar for meeting prep, looking at your Google Drive for a specific document, editing a sheet. And so this is what pretty much any business can use this type of skill. So those are the three main examples of how to use these automations and create stuff for your business.
I think the automations are my favorite because we've created full table of contents with our 25 different kinds of authors, and they're submitting different information. I've been able to pull off a spreadsheet and boom, I have a beautiful, perfect table of contents document. Before this, you guys, we were just hand typing them one by one as the titles and bylines were being submitted into a Google Doc. And while that's not awful, I can just be like, hey, give me the table of contents based what's in this spreadsheet, and now we just get it. It's, again, that's a little practical example. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones. I think
that's a combo of the every business and business specific automation. It's taking off of a Google sheet, but that Google sheet is specific to a specific book you're working on. And so that's you need a table of contents that's in a specific layout. So that's your business specific. You're just combining the two, which to make it work for your business, that's how you customize it. And it's really that easy. It's just, hey, I want you to take from this sheet, find the specific column, gather all of the information within the column and output it here. It's as simple as that in terms of turning a manual task into something automated, where I just say pretty much that to AI. It creates a plan and you just say, okay, make it.
So my next practical example is for our podcast. I know a lot of you guys are podcasters, and I know you guys have lots of platforms and systems that are doing all your stuff. What I love the most is I have a command that I can just ask it to create my show notes. And Jonathan, you've been doing this for me, so you'll be able to explain it a little bit better than me, but that is fast. We used to be setting those up again manually. Talk about that one a little bit.
Yeah, the manual process was go to Acuity Scheduling and find all of the events created there. In each event, find all of the 3 people, copy their name, phone number, and bio to a Google Doc in a specific place based on the date, and then go to the book description, gather that description, put it into the main Google Doc at the bottom as the general YouTube description, and a couple other things that it took probably a couple hours to do for 25 authors in sets of 3. So whatever, like five or 6 podcast events.
It was probably like 6 to 8 episodes, you guys. So yeah. Creating the full show notes and descriptions for probably between 6 and 8 episodes.
Yeah. And it took a while. In terms of how we made it with AI, it takes it about 5 minutes. You give it the book PDF, you tell it which book you're doing interviews for, and you say which the lead author is so it can differentiate between the lead author and the co-author interviews. And the total input it takes to do that to tell Claude Code to do that is, I don't know, a minute or 2 if you have everything ready in front of you. And if you don't have everything ready in front of you, it's a couple more clicks. and then the output comes out in 5 minutes.
Yeah, we're talking minutes instead of hours. And so that's actually a good place to just break now and tell you guys that's what we're basically saying is hours to minutes, and all of the different ways you for your business could customize an AI operating system. It's like opportunities are endless. I'm learning every single day. There's a little learning curve in the beginning. Of course, I can say to Jonathan, because he's been helping me, hey bud, help me out with this. But we
Yeah,
have,
my response to that half of the time is ask AI.
yeah,
Is
I
most
know.
of the
Don't
time
you?
I don't really know, and that's what I do.
That's when your kids used to say to you, just go Google it, mom, or just go YouTube it. Now we're like, we can do anything with our AIOS. Just go ask it to help you, right? But I want to let them know what you're up to. And so there's two really cool things that you're up to. You're going to be doing some workshops where we can break down these things, and those are coming up. And but you are also doing, I think you're calling it an AI opportunity assessment,
Yep.
and you're also doing some tutoring. So
Yep. I think
I guess,
it's
yeah, go
for
ahead.
two separate or two separate levels of entrepreneur. For the ones who really can't afford much and they're on their own, they don't really have a team. I think the tutoring is going to be the best for them because it's self-paced. It's you do as much as you want to do, and we go from the very start and teach you how to use Claude Code to be able to do the stuff we're talking about.
So I want you to get excited about the tutoring, you guys, before he talks about this other thing. He Jonathan is patient. He wants you to learn, be able to learn. He's invested in tutoring in a way that gives you skills. And so even grabbing an hour tutoring session with him is going to change your game. You're going to be able to have this new tool, hopefully get excited like I am about it, and do some of these things for your business, even with a simple tutoring session. And we'll give you all the links below. Okay. So there's some stuff you can look out for the tutoring sessions. You can grab a session at any time you want. You can have one, you can have multiple, whatever.
Yeah, there's about
Um,
4 sessions worth of content, but if you finish the four and you're like, and you find something online and you're like, oh, I want to learn that, you can schedule a fifth and we can go over it together.
cool. And then for the a little bit bigger business, maybe you're like me, you've got a small team, maybe you have a little bit bigger team, maybe small to medium, and you are growing the business to the next level. You've hit a ceiling, you don't know what to do, you're just one person, you can't quite figure this out for yourself, and you actually need a system like we've been talking about today, all these fun things. You are doing some opportunity assessments for people. Tell us about that.
Sure. It's called the AI Opportunity Assessment. It's essentially just a consulting job that I'll take you through. If you've got a team of, I think the more people you have in the 5 to 10 range plus is going to benefit you greatly. But if you have as little as 2 to 3 team members, that it's totally fine and it'll still benefit you. But we will I will ask you, or you'll input some stuff about your business, where it stands, what you want to get out of AI, your goals and stuff like that. I'll interview you on your pain points and what's really dragging you down in terms of your business processes. And I'm going to come up with an opportunity list and blueprint slash roadmap of what to implement with AI and in what order. So we'll give you quick wins to implement in the next month or so. Then we'll give you the wins to implement in the next 2 to 3 months, and then over the next 6 months. So by the end of that, you'll have your list of AI opportunities that you can go implement on your own or come back to me and I can actually implement them for you.
Super. All right, you guys, the opportunity assessment's free. It's free.
Free for now.
So for now.
Free
Okay,
for now.
limited time for
Limited
free. It's
time.
Jonathan's been working
It's
hard on
a
these.
the opportunity assessment is a serious consulting offer. I could be charging, I don't know, 2 to 10K depending on the size of the company, but I'm doing it for free to get a few case studies and stuff under my belt. So take advantage now.
Yes, awesome. Okay, so thanks for that. Some of you guys who are listening, you're starting off. I think you're going to feel like the tutoring session is really valuable. And then for the small teams, a little bit bigger businesses, it's just really a no brainer to have one of the assessments right now. You're going to see it. You're going to start to see it pretty quickly.
Yep.
And the one,
I just started just the kickoff with I don't know, around 20-person team, and I can already see a whole bunch of opportunities without even needing to interview them that much. The interviews will just reveal more and more stuff that they could be building. So, in terms of what you could be doing on your own or with a small team, it's very helpful.
okay, so maybe you guys still have some questions about it. Maybe Jonathan's open for discovery calls, chats. He wants to get to know you and your business as well. So we're going to put all of the links below. I think I want to leave people with the idea that this is exciting. I know sometimes it can feel overwhelming, but we want you to keep up with the times. We want you to keep up with the shift. We want you to be able to thrive in your business. We know that some of you are burnt out. We know you're working hard. We know you're in the hustle. We, fellow entrepreneurs, are trying to grab people's hands and help them with this particular topic. And this is a human run business. We care about you, we care about your success. And AI, like all the rest of the things that we've all been seen and used up until now, it's a tool. It is an extremely powerful tool that is changing the world. And we have seen extremely positive changes. I know I have in my business, and several others have as well. So we want to help you. Jonathan, anything you want to leave people with today? Last message?
I think there is a fear of AI, a fear of missing out over AI because it's too scary. But I think the one thing is don't overestimate or don't underestimate yourself. I think you can definitely learn it. I think pretty much anyone can definitely learn it, especially because a lot of it is simply talking to AI. You already talked to ChatGPT, so why can't you talk to these coding agents to get them to create automations for you, right?
Yeah.
It's really
Yeah.
that simple, and you can definitely learn it.
If I can, you can, you guys. If I can do this, right? And I've gotten better and better. And now I'm just excited to share it with people. All right, Jonathan, thank you so much for what you're doing in the world. Thank you for helping so many of my friends keep up with their AI and all of the new people that you're meeting in these businesses. I'm just talking to you right now. You can continue to come back to Jonathan's System Success Pro for help. Send your friends over, especially right now with the free opportunity assessment. They're going to love having that. So now's the time to take advantage of that. And you guys, you know, my last message on my podcast, your words change the world when you're brave enough to share them. So, Jonathan, thank you for being here to share yours. It is time to be brave, you guys. See you next time.